Honey, that man couldn't afford a trip, let alone a wedding. I'm telling you right now that if you don't have a nice ceremony, I'm not coming. Mom, I know what you think and it's fine. You can keep thinking that way, but I know what's best for this family. I can't believe you're telling me this after everything I've said. I love him, Mom. I am not taking it back, Alexandra. Have the wedding you want alone. Your sister and I are not coming. Fine, if that's what matters to you. My name is Alex, and I'm a 32-year-old woman with an adventurous spirit and a knack for staying true to myself. My fiancé Ethan is the love of my life and my rock through thick and thin. He's not only my partner but also my number one supporter, always encouraging me to chase my dreams. My mom Sarah had raised my younger sister Lily and me as a single mother. Our upbringing wasn't easy, but it taught me the value of honesty and resilience. Lily was my best friend when we grew up together. Despite her money focused tendencies, I still cared deeply for her. To be completely honest, Lily inherited that quality from my mom. As for my family's obsession with wealth, it's just something I had to navigate. After a year of dating, Ethan finally proposed to me. It was during the weekend right before Ethan's birthday, so I surprised him with a weekend trip to the mountains, just the two of us, to escape the hustle and bustle of everyday life. It turned out that he also had a surprise for me, but a much bigger, better one. As we reached the summit of a picturesque mountain peak, Ethan held my hand and looked into my eyes with so much love and warmth. It was as if time stood still, and in that moment, I knew he was about to make one of my dreams come true. With a smile, Ethan got down on one knee and pulled out a beautiful ring. My heart skipped a beat as he professed his love, and then he asked those four life-changing words, "Will you marry me?" I didn't hesitate for a second before saying yes. The joy and excitement that washed over us were immeasurable, and at that moment we knew that our love was destined for a lifetime of happiness. With my engagement, I felt like it came time to introduce him to my mom and sister. I lived far away from my family, so I actually never introduced them to Ethan, at least not face to face. I was both excited and apprehensive. I wasn't sure how I was going to handle the situation because there was one little secret that I had yet to reveal to my family about Ethan. So, Ethan and I set up a dinner with my family. That was going to be the first time that Ethan officially met Mom and Lily. So this dinner felt like a big deal. I admitted to Ethan, can't help but feel nervous. I hope they like you. Don't worry, babe. I'll make sure to make a good impression. There was something I hadn't told him yet, the issue with my family and money. I had grown up in a household where money was always tight. My mom struggled to make ends meet as a single mother, and my sister Lily seemed to have developed an obsession with money because of it. But me, I couldn't care less about wealth. I loved Ethan for who he was, not for his bank account. Ethan, on the other hand, grew up rich. His family was so wealthy, he had to keep it a secret at first. I didn't find out how well off they were until we had gone out for a while. Plus, Ethan worked in tech and would soon inherit his parents' company, so he would be even richer. I didn't quite want that to be the topic of discussion at the family dinner. Babe, could we maybe not tell my family about how well off you are? It's just that money kind of makes them go a little crazy. Sure, babe. But I'm curious, why do you think it'll be a problem? I guess it's just because my family didn't have much when we were kids. That made my mom and Lily money obsessed, but I've always been the opposite. I just hope they don't judge you based on that. Ethan was understanding, assuring me that it would be fine no matter what. He shared a bit about his own experiences with wealth and how people's attitudes sometimes change when they find out You have money. I mean, he didn't want to tell me about it when we first went out, so he really understood my concern. I appreciated his empathy and was grateful to have him by my side. As the family dinner approached, my nerves were all over the place. I decided to call my mom before the dinner and tell her about Ethan's job without revealing the extent of his success. I was just hoping to get that topic out of the way so that she wouldn't mention it in front of Ethan later. At that point, Lily had recently gone through a tough breakup with her ex-fiancé Owen. They were already engaged, but then Owen unexpectedly broke up with Lily right on the night that they were supposed to announce their engagement. We had all really worried about Lily's well-being. She didn't want to go out or see anyone in weeks. So when my mom picked up, I asked about my heartbroken little sister. Mom, how's Lily handling everything? She's devastated. I can't believe Owen left her alone at her own engagement dinner and then broke up with her over text. It's horrible. Yeah, it is. But Mom, I actually have some news to share with you. What is it? Well, Ethan and I actually got engaged. I'm really happy, Mom. I'm just not sure how to go on about this news with Lily. Really? Have you both thought this through? Does he have a stable job? She seemed taken aback she disappointed me a little. I thought she would be thrilled for me, the same way she was thrilled for Lily to marry Owen. I assured her that Ethan and I loved each other deeply and supported each other fully. I even mentioned Ethan's work in tech, but I didn't delve into the details. My mom seemed somewhat reassured, but her curiosity was piqued. What does he do exactly? Oh, he's in tech, like a virtual wallet app or something. Does he make enough money? Oh, he's doing well, Mom. I'm happy with him regardless of his income. I replied to all her questions while trying to be vague. My mom listened carefully but seemed skeptical. Nevertheless, she didn't push the issue further and we moved on to discuss other things. As the family dinner day arrived, I felt a mixture of excitement and dread. I decided to pay Lily a visit to cheer her up before heading to dinner. It was during this visit that Lily found out about my engagement to Ethan. She congratulated me and I was relieved that she seemed happy for me. However, she kept asking questions about the proposal and the weekend trip. She would go into all the details like who paid for what or what kind of ring he bought, etc. It started to make me uncomfortable. Her mood shifted as soon as she found out that I was the one who paid for that weekend trip. Wait, you paid for the trip? Why didn't he pay for it? It's not a big deal, Lily. It was right before his birthday. Sometimes he covers expenses, sometimes I do. We take turns. I chuckled, trying to downplay the situation. Lily didn't seem convinced, and she pressed further, asking about Ethan's financial situation. I realized then that my family's obsession with money was not something I could avoid forever, but still, I managed to change the subject once again, turning the attention back to Lily and her recent breakup with Owen. But back to you. How are you holding up after everything with Owen? Oh, it's been tough. Owen was such a catch, He used to shower me with gifts, take me on these fancy, expensive getaways, and everything was just so glamorous. Well, that sounds nice, but material stuff isn't everything, right? Oh, come on, Alex. You've never been one to appreciate the finer things in life, but trust me, those gifts made me feel special, like a princess. I'm glad you felt that way, Lily, but sometimes relationships are about more than just material possessions. Oh, please, spare me the lecture, Alex. Owen was great at the beginning, and I just can't believe he left me like that. It's such a pity he couldn't see what he was losing. Well, maybe it's for the best, Lily. If he didn't appreciate you, then he wasn't the right person for you. Owen and I had a connection, and he always knew how to make me happy with those gifts. I deserved all of that, and he should have kept providing. I'm not saying you didn't deserve nice things, Lily. It's just that relationships are about mutual love and supports. So, gifts are lovely, but they shouldn't be the foundation of a relationship. You and your idealistic views. Well, let me tell you, Owen knew how to treat me right, and that's what I want in my next relationship. I understand, Lily. I just hope you find someone who genuinely loves and cherishes you. Thanks, Alex. I know you're trying to be supportive, but trust me, once you experience what I had with Owen, you will see why it's hard to let go. I'm sure it was special in its own way. Well, of course it was, sis. It was the most magical. Things got so much worse when Ethan finally arrived at the family dinner. My mom and Lily seemed to be interrogating Ethan about his financial status. I cringed as they asked him subtle questions about how much he made and how much he spent on the ring. As the night progressed, the tension grew, and I could tell Ethan was feeling uncomfortable. My mom even made a snide remark about how I should consider someone else for marriage if Ethan was struggling. At least that was what she assumed when he refused to reveal more details to her. I couldn't stand seeing Ethan treated this way, and I couldn't bear my family's obsession with money. Enough was enough. Mom, Lily, this needs to stop. Ethan is an amazing man, and I won't tolerate you judging him based on his income. I won't let you or anyone else dictate who I should marry. I'm getting married to Ethan, and it's not about money. The tension in the room was palpable, but I didn't back down. My mom and Lily were taken aback by my outburst. They calmed me down, but they didn't talk much after that. They acted like they were the ones who got hurt. At the end of the dinner, my mom didn't even say goodbye to Ethan. She pulled me aside and spoke loudly as if for Ethan to hear from the other side of the door. Honey, that man couldn't afford a trip, let alone a wedding. I'm telling you right now that if you don't have a nice ceremony, I'm not coming. Mom, I know what you think, and it's fine. You can keep thinking that way, but I know what's best for this family. I can't believe you're telling me this after everything I've said. I love him, Mom. I'm not taking it back, Alexandra. Have the wedding you want alone. Your sister and I are not coming. Fine, if that's what matters to you. After dinner, I was crying the whole ride home. I had always known that my mom and Lily were materialistic, but I now realize that they would miss out on the most important day of my life just to prove a stupid point. The days after that, Lily sent me messages saying how rude I was at the dinner and how I should apologize to Mom for hurting her feelings. I told her that I was busy planning my wedding and that they were still invited if they wanted to come. Then Lily just never responded, and so Ethan and I continued with our wedding plans regardless of my family's disapproval. Ethan wanted it to be big, and I wanted him to have the wedding of his dream. We decided to have a lavish ceremony inviting our close friends and some of the nation's wealthiest tech CEOs and businessmen, who Ethan had become friends with over the years. As expected, in just a few weeks, our wedding made headlines with magazines featuring it. It was flattering, of course, and I was enjoying the whole process. The day finally came and there were no signs of Lily or my mom. I was sad, but I brushed it off. If they didn't want to be there for me, there's nothing I could do. I would be choosing my own family from then on, and I chose Ethan. As we exchanged our vows, I looked into Ethan's eyes and all my doubts and worries disappeared. I knew that marrying him was the best decision I had ever made, and I felt grateful that I hadn't let my family's money obsession ruin our happiness. When we were done with the ceremony, we moved to the reception party. It was so much fun and so colorful too. That was when I bumped into a surprise, Owen. Owen was invited to my reception party as one of Ethan's friends. I guess I somehow missed his name on the guests list, but I was shocked to find him there. Fortunately, he was really happy for me despite what happened with Lily. He approached me with the warmest smile.
Alex, congratulations on your wedding!
Thank you, Owen.
I must admit, it's a small world. Ethan and I were childhood friends, and I had no idea the woman he was marrying was you.
Really? That's quite a coincidence. Well, I'm glad you're here.
I wouldn't have missed it for anything. I'm very happy for you.
Owen, can I ask you something about Lily?
Of course, Alex.
Back at the engagement dinner when you left Lily, she was devastated. We never saw it coming. I mean, I thought you two were happy.
Yeah, that night was tough. I didn't want to leave her, but I felt hurt. Things were piling up.
Hurt? What happened?
Well, that night I had booked the same restaurant where we first met, thinking it would be special, but she didn't even realize that. She was disappointed and started throwing a tantrum at me, saying I should have booked somewhere fancier.
Oh, Owen, I had no idea. Lily didn't recognize the restaurant.
No, she didn't. She was so focused on the material stuff, and it hurt that she didn't appreciate the sentiment behind it, and that was just the last straw for me. She had been like that for years.
I'm so sorry you went through that. Lily can be, well, you know her.
Yeah, I do. We had our good times, but in the end, we weren't on the same page.
I understand.
Didn't want to bring the mood down. You and Ethan seem truly happy together. He's a lucky guy.
And I'm lucky to have him, but you know what, Owen? I hope you find someone who appreciates you for who you are, not just the fancy gestures.
Thanks, Alex. That means a lot.
Everything was going well until at the corner of my eyes I saw my mom and Lily walk into the venue. They were dressed in formal attires but all sweaty with their mascara dripping down their cheeks. I was utterly in shock. Mom? Lily? What are you doing here? We wouldn't miss our own daughter's wedding, could we? Yeah, we just had to be here.
But you both look like you have been through a lot. What happened?
Well, we saw the news about this fancy wedding and found out about Ethan's family, so we decided to come as soon as we could.
You drove 5 hours straight to get here? You didn't even tell me you were coming.
Alex, I'm so sorry about everything. Can you ever forgive me?
Wait, so you're only here because you know Ethan's wealthy now?
I was getting pissed and everyone was turning towards us. To make matters worse, that was when Lily realized that Owen stood right next to me. She was baffled, and I explained to her that Owen was actually friends with Ethan since childhood and was invited to the reception as a groom's guest. Lily seemed to have seen her chance. Owen, I can't believe you're here. Listen, I'm messed up. Can you talk to me?
Oh, no, Lily, this is your sister's wedding day. You need to get it together.
Lily, let's respect his wishes and deal with this later. No, Mom, you don't understand. Owen means everything to me. Lily, that doesn't excuse what you did. I can't believe you would cause such a scene at my wedding. Well, maybe if I was the one marrying into some rich family, I wouldn't feel so desperate. As I was stunned, Lily barged into Owen, grabbing his vest and trying to make him listen. The poor guy was shocked. He immediately called security and brought both Mom and Lily outside. I decided to let him deal with them, realizing he was more of a friend to me than Lily would ever be. As my mom and Lily were escorted away, my heart was heavy with a mix of emotions. I was hurt by their behavior, but I also knew that I had to stay focused on the love and joy on my wedding day. Ethan ran outside to comfort me just in time, offering his unwavering support and love. We danced the night away, celebrating our love and the journey we were embarking on together. After that, Owen sued Lily for harassment. As it turned out, she had been verbally abusing him multiple times during their toxic relationship. Plus, the commodity at the wedding really showed how physically violent Lily could get when things didn't go her way. In the end, she had to pay him a huge amount to settle, and both my mom and Lily were broke because of that. Owen soon moved on as he had his whole life ahead and found an intelligent, beautiful woman to date. As for me, I decided to cut contact with my mom and Lily and enjoy my happily ever after with Ethan. Finally, my life felt like a dream come true.